Hi everyone, I am Alwi Muhammad Yunus. I am the resource person for IMR 664 Electronic Record Keeping. This course is for bachelor degrees in records management and it is offered as elective for other courses. And it is a 3 credit hour. There would be a teaching period and duration for the whole semester. And at the end of the course, you would be able to, with regard to course learning outcome, you will be able to justify effective electronic record management in organization. Second one is you will be able to propose a pragmatic approach in managing electronic records. Third one is you would be able to adapt knowledge and skill in managing electronic records for archival purposes. The course is about the study on the life cycle management of electronic records, its role and purpose in organization, the roles of record managers and archivists, like people like you, and the whole process of managing the electronic records. You would also learn on the technical aspect of managing electronic records, from its creation and then identification of electronic records. Right after that, how do we control and use electronic records, and how we appraise and do retention program to electronic records. And finally, the disposition and archival management of electronic records, as well as its legal and social implication of electronic records in business transaction in organization. The syllabus content is designed in such a way that you would be able to learn the theory as well as the practical aspect of managing electronic records. And of course, there would be an overview of record and archive management principle with regard to its definition, the concept of electronic record in an electronic environment, the characteristic of electronic records. Why? We have to know this because previously, as we understand that the transaction made in our daily activities within organization or intra-organization is done in a physical records. However, though, with the advancement of technology, especially internet and as well as ICT, this evolution bring forward changes in the way we do transaction between one party with another party. And more digital record is created today. And it is a great challenge for every one of us in organization to manage this digital record or electronic records, because if we fail to manage it, then there would be problem of identifying and proving activities as well as proving transaction, and finally it will affect the aspect of evidential transaction, evidential record which can prove that the transaction occurred. And you would also learn about organizational trend today, whereby organization has moved from conventional transaction into non-conventional, which is using online transaction, using different platforms, and as well as accumulating more and more digital records in their holdings. Next is you will learn on the guidance for the creation and use of electronic record, which we will cover naming convention, file plan structure. Next to it is that there would be an approach to manage record within database environment. What is the so-called database records? And you will be exposed to, in order to manage record, we have to manage also the so-called record keeping metadata. And you will learn how metadata is built, what types of the record keeping metadata, and the role and importance of record keeping metadata within digital records environment or electronic records environment. Ladies and gentlemen, record must follow its life cycle. Whether you like it or not, it has to be appraised at certain level. And this appraisal process is important because we want to know the value of the records. And we want to identify which records need to be maintained for long period of time for longevity, and which records are supposed to be disposed of immediately. In the meantime, we are going to look into how we can manage electronic mail or the so-called email, and how we are going to ensure the accountability of the email as part and parcel of business transaction. Finally, towards the end of the life cycle, we decide on the preservation of digital or electronic records. And we focus on the preservation of availability, preservation of accessibility, as well as preservation of understandability. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to discuss contemporary issues with regard to electronic records, and in such a way that we try to focus on the Malaysia's response towards e-government. So I hope every one of you will enjoy this session, this course, as it will bring new perspective on how we manage digital record. And admittedly, change tend to occur. Change is imminent, and we have to move together with the changes. The way we do transaction today, the way organization deal with other organization and do business is also changing. That is why it is important within the context of electronic environment or digital environment, we have to be able to go with the change, and we have to ensure that whatever the transaction made digitally or electronically, it could be managed properly so that the transaction within organization can be tracked back, as well as it can help in providing efficient and effective service for organization. Bye-bye. Thank you very much.